Okay, it looks like we are now live. So, welcome to the Bring Your Gadgets to the Geeks. This is the June 9th edition of Bring Your Gadgets to the Geeks. My name is Denise Ricotta. I'm the IT librarian at the Windsor Library. And today we're going to talk about a couple of different things. Last time we talked about how to use Hoopla and Canopy and Overdrive and a couple of our digital service offerings. Today we didn't get to cover things with getting a Kindle book with Overdrive, so we could try that today. And I didn't know if anybody else had any other questions for us. So we can also take questions as we're doing this. So let's start. I'm going to share my screen with you all. That would be this one. Let's go to share. And I hope you all can, there we go. We are screen sharing. Okay. So this is the library's website, of course. This is the front page of the website. And if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see the slides change with some new information. And, you know, stay tuned because more information, of course, is changing as museums open up, as virtual events are happening. We're putting more and more virtual events, as you can see from the calendar. There's quite a few events on our little calendar over here. And all of that shows up on the website. And of course, as you can see right now, we are still offering curbside pickup. So curbside pickup is back at both libraries, Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. So if you have something already on hold and you want to get it, or if you are looking for stuff, definitely give the library a call and we'll do that curbside pickup with you. I'm going to come down here to our big buttons and find our digital collections. Start with that. Ta-da, there we are. Okay, we're going to go to books and we're going to use Overdrive. And we're going to show you what it's going to be like to use Overdrive with a Kindle. So here we go. Let's click on that. Whoops, I'm going to also be doing something over here. There we go. Okay, here we are. So here we are in Overdrive. And this time what I did was I remembered to get a Windsor card. So you can see what it's like with a Windsor card. One of the first things that you're going to want to do is over here in the corner, upper right-hand corner, it says My Account. And you're going to want to sign in. I'm going to sign out myself. And then go back. Come on, Overdrive. Okay, we'll go back here and we'll click on this again. Here we go. Okay, and now it says sign in. There we go. Okay, so we're going to click on sign in. And you get the lovely little welcome screen and you come down to where it says Avon Free Library. We are not the Avon Library. We are the Windsor Public Library and Wilson Branch. And you're going to put in your card number. And you're going to say sign in. There you are. Now, this is what you get when once you're signed in, you get My Account. And from My Account, you can see things, we went over this the last video, you can see things like what you have already checked out, what you have on hold, you can make a wish list for yourself, you can get recommendations, you can keep a reading history that is totally optional, don't have to do that, and you can change any settings like email addresses, your preferences for notifications, stuff like that. from here, if we wanted to check out a book, the best thing to do would be to, there's two different options. You can browse, obviously. You can scroll down, up and down and browse. Sorry, that was a bit fast. You can choose from a particular collection, like kids, stuff that's only available now in ebook or audiobook, videos and magazines. You can look for new editions, new editions for kids, for teens, popular fiction, any kind of crazy stuff like that. So you can do all of that, or you can, we're just gonna click on available now. So we can see, now click on available now. There we go. So we can see what kinds of things are actually, there we go. So we can see what kinds of things are actually available to check out right away. Okay, so, I'm sorry, bear with me. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once. Okay, and it's not quite working out for me. There we go. Okay, so, so for instance, if I wanted to read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, let's start with that one. Okay, so if we want to borrow this on a Kindle, the first thing you can, there's two ways you can do it. You can click right here where my hand is, right on the big cover of the book, or you can come down to where it says borrow, and you can just click on that. And here it says borrow. Now, you can change here, you can just change the days, how many days that you want it for. 21 days is the default, that's 3 weeks. But you can, if you're a fast reader, you can go with 7 days or 14 days if you like. And then you can click borrow. The other way you can do it, if you click on the cover of the book, you get a little bit more information about the book. So you get information like the ratings, the average ratings for people, the fact that it's by J.K. Rowling, the formats that are available are over here on the right-hand side where it says Kindle book, Overdrive Read, EPUB book, the subjects, languages, reading levels, which of course adult fiction doesn't have, but youth fiction does. A little bit of a description and some more details here. And then of course, a good chunk of you may also likes and some things if you like this book, that you could also check out. So we're going to go ahead and click on borrow. And that brings up that same little box again. So it's just sort of a little bit longer way of getting there. So you can click on borrow. And then there are a couple of options. So Read Now with Kindle obviously gives you the option of checking it out to a Kindle, or to, even if you're doing this on an iPad, you could check it out, Read Now with Kindle, and read it in your Kindle app. Or Read Now in the browser gives you the option of reading it right where you are. In this case, I'm on my laptop and I'm using Google Chrome, and I would be able to read it right there. And then of course, download the EPUB book. EPUB is an older format, and it works with older ebook readers, doesn't work with all of the newer ebook readers, but it's still an option that's available. So we're going to go ahead and click on Read Now with Kindle. And that should switch us over to Amazon, in which case we would have to log in. This library card is not actually associated. Well, let's see if this will work. We can go ahead and click sign in. Or maybe not. I have too many passwords in my browser. So, that one should have the right password in there. No, it does not. Okay, so that's not going to work. Alrighty, let's go back. Never a dull moment when you're trying to work with technology. And there we are. Okay, so if you do get signed in with a valid Amazon account that has a Kindle attached with it, you can then click on Get Library Book. And of course, it should say Get Library Book. It should not say Purchase or one click or buy now with one click. It shouldn't say anything of that kind of sort that Amazon sometimes does with their when they're trying to get you to actually buy something. So if that's the case and that's what you see, you can go ahead and click Get Library Book. And what will happen is it will be delivered to your preferred device, which is either your Kindle, your iPad, wherever it is that you normally read your ebooks with the Kindle app the next time it syncs. And then if you would like to manage your titles, you can go to manage your content and devices, or you can read on other devices using the free Kindle reading apps. So that's the basics. Once you do that, if you're using a Paperwhite, the second that you turn that Paperwhite on and that's the device that this has been sent to, when you turn that Paperwhite on and it connects to the Wi-Fi, the book will then show up. And the same goes for any kind of device that you use, the Amazon Kindle, either the device itself or the app. So on my phone, if I have the Kindle app, and I'm getting notifications here of other things. Okay, so on my phone, there it is, on the Kindle app, the next time I log in on my phone in the Kindle app, the book would show up. So sorry, screen to screen is not the easiest way to see that it actually worked, but it does. So that's how to check out a Kindle book with Overdrive. And currently, if you have a Kindle, the two options that you have are the RB Digital from our website, or the RB Digital Overdrive. Hoopla only works with a Kindle Fire or Kindle tablet device. So it would work on my iPad, but I have the Hoopla app on my iPad. And it would work, it works on the Kindle Fire. So that's the tablet version of the Kindle. It does not work with a Kindle Paperwhite because the Paperwhite has to rely on Amazon to sync everything to it. And Hoopla and Amazon don't quite have that agreement. Hoopla does, however, work with any Alexa enabled device. So as I've mentioned on this little broadcast before. So I am going to flip back here for a second. Okay, and we have switched to Canopy, which we don't need today. Okay, digital collections, that's where we were trying to go. Okay, sorry about that, folks. I don't know if there have been any questions yet. I don't see anybody is on with us asking questions, which is okay. We can talk about other things. Let's see. We can talk about flash drives. One of the things that we help patrons with a lot at the library is finding things on their flash drive and saving things to a flash drive. One of the best recommendations I would make, because we find a lot of lost flash drives. I tell patrons that flash drives are to the library what bicycles are to the police. I don't have the one that you're reporting as lost. I do have like 10 others that nobody has ever claimed. And that's exactly what happens with bicycles at the police department. So things that I would recommend for a flash drive. Myself, I keep my flash drive on a lanyard, on a keychain. My lanyard is very big and red. And that way, if I am using my flash drive and I put it in a computer, either the lanyard is sticking out of the computer and it's really obvious to me that I've been using it, or if I take it off because and I leave this around my neck, then when I go to leave, if there is nothing at the bottom of the lanyard, I know that my flash drive is still in the computer. So the number one thing that I would say about finding your flash drive on a computer is please, please, please try to do something with your flash drive that makes it unique to you. There are a lot of these. As you can see, I've wrapped mine in craft tape, lovely little craft tape that I stole from the children's department, because there's a lot of these little black flash drives, very innocuous, nothing to them that signifies that it's yours. We would prefer to visually see that they're yours versus having to plug it in and see what's on it and do that. That is a job that is left to only me to do as the IT librarian. I try to reunite flash drives with folks if I can figure out who the flash drive belongs to. Unfortunately, the computers don't tell me because they don't tell me who uses the computers. So don't know if you could hear that little ding, 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 but I did just plug in the flash drive. And what happens when you plug in a flash drive generally is that, let me switch my screen sharing over for you. Generally what happens is it pops open. Ta-da. And when it pops open with a long list, hopefully, or a short list, depending on whatever it is you have stored on your flash drive. I have a ton of stuff stored on this flash drive. This flash drive has been my work from home lifeline while we're away from the library, because a lot of the stuff that I would normally save to a network drive, I don't have access to when I'm at home. So there's a ton of stuff on here. And sometimes trying to find just the file that I'm looking for can be very difficult. So there's a couple of options that I have to help me fix that. One is, obviously you can, these columns you can sort by. So one of the best things to do is to sort either by name, if you remember the name of the folder that the file that you're looking for, or the folder that it might be stored in. Click on this again and you'll see the list switch to the bottom of the alphabetical list. Go back to the top, and then usually the folders are first, and then the individual things, documents, PDFs, presentations, other things show up after the folders. The other way that you can search is date modified. If you're looking for the most recent thing you were working on, I was working on this yesterday, then the date modified is the easiest way to find the most recent thing that you would have been working on in your flash drive. Switch it, click it again, and it will show you the things that you haven't worked on. Now the difference with the things that you haven't worked on. Okay, so these are the things I haven't worked on. Folders, the date that these are the dates that you created this folder. So I've had a printer driver folder on this flash drive for a long time because we have a lot of different printers. And I'm constantly looking for printer drivers, and I like to use the same ones over and over again if I can. So the other thing you can do is you can sort by file type. So you know it was a PDF document, then you can say type, and you come down here and your Adobe Acrobat documents or PDF documents are all at the top of the list. If you are having difficulty with storage on your flash drive, which these days is a little bit less frequent, but we used to get this question a lot at Geeks. You can sort your items that are on your flash drive by size. The largest items that take up the most space will be here, and then you work their way down. Folders don't show you their size. You have to click into the folder itself and then see the size of each of the things that are in the folder. There we go. So that's the easiest way to find things on your, hi. I finished. I'm very happy. Okay. So this is, for those of you who have been coming to Geeks or have been coming to the library, that was my son, Aaron, who is 8 going on 9, and is finished with his school day. So Okay, so anyway, I don't know if the way back in the beginning of Geeks, he used to come when he was only 2 or 3 and watch YouTube videos while I helped people with their technology. So now, so that's how to find things on a flash drive. If you are looking to save things to that same flash drive, there's a couple of different ways that you can do it. You can obviously copy and paste, click and drag, and of course you can have the thing that you're working on open and then save it to the flash drive by choosing the flash drive from the list. Hi, honey, I can't. Hi, I'm working right now. A little while longer. Okay. Can you go back upstairs? Thank you, Erin. Okay. So for instance, if we start with a document and we add some text to the document, any old thing that you like. I'm gonna mess up my quote. And sealing wax. Okay. Spelling. Okay. So my many thanks to Alice in Wonderland for that quote. Okay. So if you want to save the document to the flash drive specifically, you're going to come up to, if you just click on your save here up in the top, the little floppy drive, it's going to save it to the last location that you use, or the one that you've, if you have gone into the settings in Word, that you've set up as the default location for saving everything. And then that, when you're at the library, is not what you want. When you want to come into the library, or if you need to save things so that you can use them anywhere, like I do with this flash drive, you're going to go to File, come down to Save As, and I'm going to come over to Browse. Right down at the bottom here, there's a nice big button that looks like it will open a file folders. When you click on Browse, it brings you to a sort of similar screen to the one we were to make it a little bigger here so you all can see. And I'm going to, come on, there we go. Drag that across like that. Okay, so what you can do here is, this is a list of places on your computer or things that are plugged into your computer where you can save documents. So at the top is a quick access list. These are the folders that I use the most. I can save it there, of course, or you can save it somewhere on the computer. There's a list of places on the computer. If you scroll down even a little further, you will see this particular computer has a hard drive lettered C. It also has a partition drive of D and E. The little guy down here is my flash drive. And I know this because if I go back to the other, oh, you guys can't see this, can you? Because I am not sharing my Microsoft Word document. Let's share that. Sorry about that. Is that sharing that now? Okay. So sharing the file and save as. So let's go back. Whoops, go back. I'm hoping you guys can see. Oh, you can. Okay. So I made a Word document with a sentence from Alice in Wonderland. Now that probably makes a little bit more sense to you since I'm sharing the right screen. And I'm trying to save it. So the little purple flash drive icon, floppy drive icon is the one that'll save it to the last known save location on the computer, or the most common used. So what you're going to want to do is go to File, come down to Save As. And underneath Computer, all the way down at the bottom, is the big box that says Browse. And then once you click on Browse, and I'm hoping this is all, there it goes. Okay. Then once you click on Browse, then you get the list of quick access places on your computer. This PC, which lists all of the places on your computer. And then the list of the hard drive, in this case, the partition drives, and finally the flash drive. Now, what I was trying to get to was, I know that this is the name of my flash drive because when I plugged my flash drive into the computer and it brought up the other Microsoft Microsoft Explorer window, this is the name of the flash drive that was opened. So we can go back to that. I'll show you that. Let's go back over here and say, and you'll see that at the top here, it tells me, and over here on the left, it tells me that I'm looking at my HBV 125W, which was the generic name the flash drive came with. I know a lot of people generally just use the generic name. You can rename a flash drive. It's not always necessary. Especially if you're the only one using the flash drive. So let's go back to Microsoft Word and we'll share that screen again. Okay, so if I want to save this on the flash drive, I'm going to choose the flash drive from the list here, or if I have a specific folder on the flash drive where I think this should go, then I can choose it from the list that's on the left. I'm actually just going to throw this anywhere on the flash drive. Now you'll see the name that the document is chosen down here, the file name is the default, and the default is to choose the first, in this case, 7 words that I typed in as the name of the document. So a lot of times you'll see, if you're making a resume, it will come up with your name as the name of the document, or whatever the first line of text is, that's the default for what your document will be named. And if you're okay with that, then you can just click Save. But if you'd like to remember it and find it again on your flash drive, you're going to want to give the document a name that, means something to you, whether it's your resume, or in this case, whether it's your example text. That's going to be something I'm going to remember. So save as type. So there are some options for save as type. Obviously, Word document is probably, if you're going to be editing the document again in Word, you're going to want to use Word document. If not, you can save it as a PDF document, therefore share it with anybody, whether they have Microsoft Word or not. You can go back versions of Word, not always the best idea unless you really have to, unless somebody's requiring that because that's what they have. And then there's a bunch of other different versions and things that you can save your documents in, but we're going to just choose Word document because that's the easiest, and I'm going to click Save. And then it's going to take me back to my document. Okay, now I'm going to switch back to the flash drive, to the Explorer window where the flash drive is. And we're going to look for the other way to search for a document on the flash drive besides sorting and reading through the list of names. The other way is right up here in the top right corner. There's a little magnifying glass and a box. And in this box, you can type anything that you remember about the name of the document. So I can type in example, and there it is, example text. If I needed to find something else, anything that you used with that document would come up, with that name would come up, including some of my printer drivers. They apparently use the word Zoom. So, so that is one of the easiest ways to find a document on your flash drive, because we all rely on those flash drives so much these days to save everything for us. So that's generally the easiest thing that you can look through. So shout out to Danielle for sticking through this with me. Hello, Danielle. I don't see any other questions or comments so far. So I don't know if anybody had any questions or comments. But those were a couple of the things that I wanted to share with you all today. And the other big things, of course, let me go switch back to the website. There we go. Sure. So the other things that I would like to share with you all, of course, on our website, besides our digital collections, anytime you have any questions about the digital collection or any problems with it, if you're having trouble accessing materials through the digital collection, if it's your card or it's the items or anything else, please, please, please reach out to the library. You can call us Monday through Friday between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. You can call the main number 860-285-1910, or you can email us. Email is, we're checking that email a lot more frequently than just the 10 to 3. So the email is windsorlibrary2018@gmail.com. And that is listed, that email is listed in a couple of different places on the website. But if you just go to the big red call out box, the library and COVID, you'll see both the phone number and the email address are there. So reach out to us with any kind of questions, any kind of problems. The other thing I wanted to mention, again, I know I mentioned this last time, but I'll make another push for it, is we have completely revamped, updated, and put a whole lot more stuff into our technology help section of the website. So we have, of course, the whole cut the cord presentation. If you're still looking for streaming services, or if you still have cable and you're ready to get rid of it, or you're looking for new and different streaming services or free streaming services or anything like that, please don't forget about the cut the cord presentation. It is available via PDF. You can just click anywhere on the scissors or the words and it will bring up the PDF for you. Of course, I have information here about Facebook Live with a Geek. Of course, I didn't have the right date on this one. I thought I had fixed that. And Book a Librarian service. Book a Librarian service is back. Now that we have Zoom, we can do the service virtually, one-on-one, sharing screens. So if that is something that you're comfortable using and you've been using Zoom during this whole pandemic, please reach out to us if you're having technical difficulties. We'd be more than happy to give you an appointment anytime, Monday through Friday. So you can call us either at the reference number, the main number, or you can email the windsorlibrary2018@gmail.com. You can also reach out to me directly, and you can find my contact information under Contact Us at the bottom of the page. So other things that we've created on this page, staff created tutorials. We have some Apple-based tutorials for those of you who are using iPads and iPhones and maybe new, or maybe you've been using them for a while and you need some information about how to say backup or share photos and free up storage. There's one on email basics, and there's a course Introduction to Word, which also covers how to save a document. It doesn't necessarily relate to, not specific to a flash drive, but anywhere. These are tutorials that Danielle has put together from when she taught Office classes at the library. So there's Introduction to Excel and PowerPoint as well. And then underneath that, I've gone through a bunch of different websites and different places and put together some places where you can take classes or just get questions answered, just depending on what you're looking for when it comes to technology. If you want to get more in depth and take classes, GCF, FreeLearn, or digitallearn.org are wonderful for that. And then, of course, if you just have questions, Tech Support Guy and WikiHow are great resources. WikiHow uses screenshots to show you how everything works. Tech Support Guy has a lot of different experts like myself, different geeks who can answer questions for you. And the middle one, Tech Boomers, has a little bit of both. So it has some places where you can ask questions. And of course, it has step-by-step tutorials with screenshots on how to do all the stuff that we talk about when you come to Geeks. So with that, I think I am going to sign off for today. And I hope that this was a helpful session. Few less technology glitches every time I do this, so it's getting better. And of course, I hope that the next time that I get to do this. I get to do it from the library without the cat and the child and all of that good stuff, because I miss being at the library, of course. So with that, I'm going to say so long, and don't forget to reach out to the library if you have any questions, any problems, or you just want to say hello. Thanks.